Hello, welcome to Adobe Express Creative Challenge Week 3. I can't believe it's already been 3 weeks. My name is Ellie, and I am one half of Weekend Creative. We're a commercial photography duo based in San Jose, California, and I'm on the art direction production side. And I use Adobe Express in so much of our work in presentations, in social media graphics, in even designing things for our website. And I'm so excited to share with you guys all the tips and tricks and things that I love and express throughout this challenge. If you missed either of the first 2 weeks, you can go back and watch the replays of those. They're available, as well as so many other great replays from so many other streams on Adobe Live. You can watch those on YouTube or on Behance. Those are available for you. And make sure to go and check those out because there's so much great content on Adobe Live. And I love that it just lives on and you can always refer back to it or watch videos that you haven't seen before because there's so many that there's no way that you could ever watch them all. So please say hello in the chat. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to, know a little bit about you and be able to answer any questions as we go along. So please feel free. Looks like we have Voodoo Val again. Hi, Val. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to be playing around with enhancing our images in Adobe Express, and there are so many great tools right in Express for making your images like a little bit more beautiful, but also for adding so many fun elements to them. And so I have a few different examples. Hopefully we can get to them all. These creative challenges go by so fast. So I'm excited to kind of play around and let's just get started. So the first thing we're gonna do, you also will have a starter file. Looks like Val dropped that into the chat for you. So if you want to design along with me, the first image I'm gonna be using is in that file. So you can go ahead and grab that if you would like. So first we're gonna go and we're gonna just start a new file over here. So if you've never worked in Express before, you can kind of get started just by clicking that plus button. And then there's so many different options here when you go to pull something up. So let's go ahead and let's start with a custom size. And we're gonna do 1080 by 1350 for Instagram. Okay, beautiful. So, something that I don't know if you guys all know, but now you can access all of your Lightroom content directly in Express. Makes everything so much easier. You can integrate everything so seamlessly. So we're gonna go into our stuff over here, and up here you can see, previous projects, libraries. If you have any libraries saved, if you have favorite templates that are saved, those will be here. But you can click over into Lightroom Photos, and all your Lightroom photos are there, ready to go. And you can just click on the one you want, and it automatically imports in. Just takes a second for it to load, and there we go. Okay, so this is an image that I took on my iPhone when I was in New Zealand. And it's this really old church, beautiful area. And the one thing about this is actually it was so busy. And this actually is like, I'm surprised that I was able to get a photo with this few people in it because it was so crazy busy this day. Obviously, the weather was beautiful, and it's just a place that a lot of people like to go and explore. So, this honestly, the fact that I got this few people was like a miracle, but obviously, there's still some people in there. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is I wanna go in and I want to remove these people. So, if you're not aware, the power of Firefly, which is Adobe's generative AI tool, is available in Adobe Express. And this right here allows us to go in and to remove any people or objects or things that we don't want in our image. And I'm just going to do one at a time. So I just painted on her with my little brush and hit remove. And it is generating. Okay, and it's going to give me a few options here. You can see if you look right here, it's going to change to some different options. And I think I like this one the best. If I wanted more, I can also click on this generate more just to see what else it gives me. But I feel like that looks pretty good. Let's just see what else it comes up with. Few other options here. That is actually pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and hit keep on that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and remove these people here as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's see. I think this is our best one. So let's keep that. Great. Now our people are all gone. You know, we could even go in and remove more if we wanted to remove the like railing here, things like that. We could tweak those things as needed. But I think this looks pretty good. So the other thing that I want to do is I know that I made this to be a 3x4, I think what is what I did for Instagram. I actually want to resize this into a square. So let's see what Express can do with Generative Expand and see if it will do what I want and make this video into a square. There we go. Okay, again, it's going to give me multiple options. So I can look through and see which option I like. And I think I like this one. That looks pretty good. Okay, so many options there if you need to expand vertically. Obviously, when I did the square, it expanded it horizontally, but you can, you know, make it into an Instagram story, or if you need to make it like a really wide image for a website banner or something like that, you can do all of that directly in Adobe Express, which is super awesome. Okay, let's keep going. So I want to just adjust this image a little bit, just some slight adjustments. So when I click on the image, it's going to pull up this image panel here, and I can go and click on adjust, and I have some photo tools here that I can play around with. So I can adjust the contrast a little bit. I can maybe brighten it up and then play around with my highlights and my shadows, and then up the saturation. I don't want to do anything too crazy. I mean, this image already has like all its natural beauty, right? But I want to just like adjust and enhance it just a little bit. And then let's go ahead and give it a little sharpen. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, beautiful. So you can do all of this right in Adobe Express. And if you're working on your phone and you're wanting to edit images, you can do all of that right directly on your phone, which is super helpful. Okay, so let's go in, and what I want to do on this image is I want to add some fun little illustrations. And there is I believe it's in Elements. Yes, you can go to shapes and you can draw a shape. So this is one way that you can draw on your image. So let me show you what it looks like. Change this to white. Okay. So it's really thick. That this is one way that I could draw directly onto the image, and it's fine. There are definitely other brushes and stuff, but there's really not that many options, and I want a little bit more control over what I'm drawing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go back out to my home page. And I am going to click on my plus icon again, and then I'm going to type in drawing. And this is going to bring up a whole drawing panel. This is really cool. You can make your own coloring pages. If you click into the templates, there's all these coloring page like options available, but you can make your own too, which is so cool. If you have kids or nieces like I do, nephews, that would be a really fun thing to play around with. But what I'm going to do is I want to draw onto the image, but I need the image there, right, to know like exactly where I want my drawing to go. And at this time, and Val, correct me if I'm wrong, I have not found a way to like do this directly in Express without going into this drawing panel. So this is my workaround. So we have our image here that we want to draw on, and then I'm going to go over to my brush. There are so many options here. You can see as I'm scrolling down, there's just like a plethora of brushes here, so many options. And there's also a really cool symmetry feature. So I'm not really gonna use this on this image, but let me just demo it for you so you can see the things that you could do. So if I start drawing, hold on, let's make this smaller. If I was to start drawing on here, like That is so cool, right? And there's so many other options too. There's rotational. So you could kind of play around with this and like make so many fun things as just a fun thing to play around with. But we're gonna go ahead and turn that off. And I'm gonna go down here. I really like, I think it was this one I was playing around with earlier. I think this one's really fun. I think it's, yeah, rake. So we're going to make our brush size a little bit smaller, test it out. Yeah, fun. Okay. And then we have it set to white, but of course you can choose any color that you want. You can have your brand colors in here, a custom color if you have a hex code or something like that. So you can also eyedrop from the image, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and add a fun little border in there. And I am doing this with my trackpad, you guys, so please bear with me. Okay, and I know we see the people there in our, when we go back to our image, those people will be gone because we removed them, so we don't have to worry about them. Okay, cool. And then, whoops, I didn't mean to close that. Actually, I want to change to this photocopy line. And I'm going to just do a cute little drawing on this image. Again, I'm using my trackpad, so don't judge my handwriting here. It's a little bit thick. Let's see. Let's bring it down a little bit. And maybe we'll try pencil and see what that does. Okay. So thick again. Hold on. Maybe we'll do this guy and do it a little bit bigger. Okay. No, guys, I'm just demoing all of the different options for you. Okay, we're gonna go back to this one because I used this one before and I liked it. And we're gonna just go ahead and play with it. Okay. There we go. That's more what I was looking for. Okay. Beautiful. Again, all in my trackpad. So it's a little rough, but that's okay. So we have our drawing there. Of course, we could add so many more things. And if we wanted to erase anything, maybe we're like, oh, this tail is like a little bit too long. We could go in and erase that. And of course, we can change what that eraser looks like. A little diamond there to kind of like make it. Oh, this actually is really fun. I was playing around with this eraser earlier. So fun, you guys. So many options. Okay, so now we are going to go save this. And it's going to save for me automatically, but I want to name it just so it saves. I'm going to go back to my home page and click into that image that I was working in before. There we go, our beautiful edited image with our people removed. And then I'm going to go into my stuff and my artwork is going to appear there. Oh, guys, one thing that I forgot to do. Let's go back into our artwork really quick. I got too excited. We need to remove this background. So we are going to actually remove the image and then you can see it looks like nothing is there, but don't worry, it actually is. We are going to turn off the background color and that is going to allow us to put this directly onto our image. So now we're going to go back into our image and we are going to go back into our stuff and this um, drawing that we made, and then we can expand it so it fits right onto our photo. And then of course we can move it around and adjust it as needed, but so fun to play around with. This is going to be so fun just to add a lot of character and fun playfulness to your images. Okay, so oh my goodness, look at the time. These streams go by so fast. Okay, so we're going to go back out and we're going to start another new file. And let's go ahead and we'll just start with a square. Okay, and then we are going to once again go into our stuff and go to our Lightroom photos. And let's add this photo in there. This is a photo that we took for a client recently, a really fun summary photo. Okay, So for this, I want to add some little elements around, just like some fun gradient elements to kind of create like a colorful vignette. So I'm going to go into my elements and let's search for gradient and see what that gives us. Okay, fun. I love this. Okay, I'm loving this. We can kind of play around with that. So let's just look, let's pull in a few options and just see what we want to play with. And oh, this is fun. We could put this at the bottom maybe. Okay, yeah, definitely we'll play around with that and maybe one more. Maybe this guy. Okay, cute. So let's go ahead and bring these guys in. Oops. Bring this guy. Yes, you. And this guy. Rotate him. And then this one maybe can go up here. So fun. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the opacity of all of these a little bit just so they feel a little bit more integrated with the photo. I can also change the blending mode, but I think just the opacity is totally fine. I wonder if we should go down even a little bit more. There we go. And this guy, maybe he's going to be real big. Just the opacity of him. Okay, and then the opacity over here. Okay, and then this one down here. There we go. That's better. And we're going to change the opacity of that too, just to like bring it down a little bit. Okay, fun. This is already feeling so fun. I kind of want this to be even bigger. Let's see how crazy we can get. Kind of feels like sunshine in a cool way. Cool. Okay. Fun. I love this already. It's way more playful. Let's go ahead and add some fun text to it. So ready for summer. And then I'm going to change. I want it to be like this really fun, kind of like funky text. And let's go ahead and make this into an arch. So it kind of frames her. And then, of course, we have to change the color. So let's choose a color that's in here. I don't know if that's going to be too light. Maybe we can do that. That's kind of fun. And then we can adjust it in so many other ways too, which is really fun to play around with. We could even get real crazy if we wanted to get in here and get into our generative effects. We could even make this into something like, I don't know, like water dripping, or oh my gosh, let's try this pink balloon and see. We'll see how it does with the shape of this text is a little bit funky, but there we go. And if I wanted to create my own prompt, I could type something like that into here. Maybe I want this to be a purple mylar balloon. Let's see what that does. Fun. Okay, I love this. And we could play around with this even more and do so many fun things with it. And of course, if we are ready to post it on social media, we could go up here and click onto our share icon and go right into our share for social and add that directly to our social calendar and post it directly through Express, which is such a huge time saver. Okay, one last thing I want to show you guys. If I have time, we'll see if we can get through it. But I wanted to do one more fun little video or fun little photo. So out and then back into where are we going? Our stuff, Lightroom photos. Okay, this is my niece, Florence. Isn't she adorable? She is turning 5. It's her birthday in a few weeks, and we're having a pool party birthday party for her. So I wanted to make a cute little image of her that we can use as a little happy birthday card for her. This is my chicken, by the way. She's holding my chicken, Meatball. They're BFFs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click onto my image. I'm gonna remove the background and see how well that does. Pretty good. Like, obviously, if we were in Photoshop, we could clean it up a little bit, but I feel like for what we're doing today, it is pretty good. You can see she's fully removed from the background. And then we are going to go and um, we're going to look for a background for this image, just like a fun. She's really into princesses, obviously, unicorns, all those fun things right now. Let's do like a cute little, maybe like a flower garden background. Okay, this is kind of fun. Let's see what else there is. Let's see how this looks. I feel like this is really fun. Cute, like a fun, cute little like watercolor background. Okay, ugh, or we could put her into like an actual garden. Let's see if there's other photos that we like that fit this vibe. Okay. I think let's try one more search. Spring garden. Okay, this is actually kind of fun because it feels like almost like she's Alice in Wonderland in like a fairy tale or something like that. So I'm into this. I'm into this. See if there's anything else that they suggest here. Okay, I think it works. Of course, we could also generate something if we wanted. Okay, wait, actually, let's put her here because this feels like very very princess. Okay, and then I'm going to go into my media and I'm going to generate an image. And I want to generate a unicorn with a rainbow horn. And I'm trying to tell it that I just want the body. We'll see. We'll see how well it does. Let's go ahead and make this into a photo and then hit generate. See what it can do for us. Okay, pretty good, honestly. It gave us a few options, but I really like, oh gosh, who do we like? I think I like I think I like this one actually. I feel like she fits the vibe. Okay. So now we are going to remove the background on her, our beautiful unicorn. So we can like move her around, place her wherever we want. And then we can adjust the size of her as well. And then let's go back into our elements and search for a princess crown. And let's just do a fun little icon. Let's go ahead. That's fine. Cute. We're going to make our little Florence into a princess. And of course, we have to change the color. Got to be on theme with our pink and purple and unicorn land. And then, of course, a little crown for Meatball as well. We're just going to go ahead and duplicate that, shrink it down, give Meatball her own little crown here because she is also a princess. And then, of course, from there, we can go ahead and add our text. We could generate in maybe a birthday cake. There's so much that you can do here and so much you could explore. You could definitely play around with generating backgrounds too. And you can get so crazy. And then, of course, we can go back in and make those adjustments to our photo using our image tools right here in Adobe Express. So thank you guys so much for joining today. Like I said, make sure that you go back and watch the past streams in this challenge and make sure to subscribe to Adobe Live on YouTube and Behance because we are going to be doing a couple more challenges. April has 5 Tuesdays, so we have 2 more challenges ahead. We're going to be playing around with animation and also with making a presentation directly in Adobe Express, which is where I've been making all my presentations recently. It's a great tool for it, especially because you can so easily add your branding with one click. So I'm excited to play around with that. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining.